Hi. All right, guys. So today we have to start the implementation of Azure Firewall, right? We have to start the implementation of Azure Firewall. So in the last class, we have seen the complete theoretical information of Azure Firewall, what it is, why we are using for it. Okay, and what is its services is all about and how it is controlling the network traffic for our virtual machine and all. So we'll see today. Okay, the key points is also mentioned. You can have a revision by seeing the last class recordings. You can see the key points that we have in the material. Okay, so I'll quickly jump for the implementation of the firewall. So firewall demo is actually a big one. Okay, we'll start it now. So these are the steps to implement the firewall, guys. Steps for implementation of the Azure firewall. So see how it is asking first, create a resource group, then provision a virtual network, then provision virtual machine, then provision the firewall, then implement a firewall rule. So we'll just do step by step here, and I'll show you how we can log into the VM. Okay, our final motive is that how we can log into the VM using the firewall public IP instead of a VM IP. And in fact, here, when we want our firewall to control our virtual machines, then the VM should not have a public IP address attached to it, and also the inbound ports. Okay, the ports what we have seen, right? Inbound and outbound security rules in NSG, if you guys remember. Okay, if not, then please see the recordings of the previous classes. Okay, I have explained in detail and practical implementation also we have done for it. So for that, what we are doing here, we were checking, like, everything is blocked. Okay, even public IP address is also not available. Still, we can connect to the virtual machine using firewall public IP. Okay, then after that, we'll block every single website in the virtual machine, and we say that only we want or we will allow the particular or few websites which is only needed. Okay, rest all other website will block it through firewall in our virtual machine. Okay, like this kind of different scenarios we'll cover. Okay, so first thing first, it is asking us to create a resource group. I believe we are having a resource group ready with a name called Naresh RG. Let us check here. Yeah, Naresh RG resource group is there. Then what is the second thing it is asking? It is asking us to provision a virtual network. Okay, so I'll quickly go here and I will deploy a virtual network here. Okay, virtual networks, click on create. I'll take up this resource group. I'll take here firewall VNet. I'm saying here firewall VNet. Okay, I'm taking a region as East US. And here, see, I have mentioned everything in the brackets here. See, in the brackets, I have mentioned everything. What I have said in the brackets, if you guys notice here, see, a region, any region you can choose as per your choice. And when you are creating a VNet for the firewall, you have to consider two subnets. Okay, first subnet is this one, my VM subnet, or you can give any name. On this subnet, you are going to deploy your virtual machine, and second subnet you are going to deploy, and this subnet you are going to host your firewall services on top of this subnet. On top of this subnet, you are going to host your firewall services. Okay, so what I'll do, I will go here and I'll say this subnet name as subnet 1. Okay, I'll take it as subnet 1, and the other subnet I will create, and this subnet name, guys, see, focus here, this subnet name should be as it is that you have to pass, else you cannot use this virtual network to host your firewall services, so be very careful here. Come, paste the firewall name, Azure firewall subnet. You have to pass this name only, exactly like this only. Okay, then I'm creating the second subnet by passing the address range here. Okay, whatever is the IPs, I'm getting it. I'm not bothering for it now today. Okay, fine. So two subnets I have created. Okay, this subnet I'm going to host my virtual machine. This subnet I'm going to host my firewall services in this virtual network. Okay, so be careful. Okay, firewall, I can simply enable here like this, but I won't do like that. I'll just show from the scratch. Okay, I'm saying here disable as of now, pass on the tags here accordingly, and say here review plus create to deploy your virtual network. Okay, click on create. Fine. Now the virtual network provisioning is done. Okay, it will be done in some time. Once it is completed, then we'll provision a virtual machine. And see here again in the brackets, I have written the hints, what you have to do at the time of deployment of this particular resource. So what I'm saying here, region, I'm just going with East US region everywhere. See, my VNet is been deployed here. And if you see here, I have deployed my VM in my virtual network in East US region. So everything, guys, everything. Okay. Remember here, okay, your RG resource group, I mean, your RG, your VNet, your subnets, your VM, okay, your firewall services, okay, everything, etc. Everything, okay, we are deploying at one region only, in one region only, okay. If you change the region, then you won't find that same VNet for the VM. If you change the region for the firewall, you won't find the VNet for the firewall, okay, like this. Okay, so be careful, sensitively, carefully, okay, meticulously do this demo, guys. Okay, all the demos, in fact, else you won't get the outcome as expected then. Okay, fine. So next I'm saying here for the deployment of the virtual machine. So select the virtual machines here, come here, Azure virtual machine. And when creating a virtual machine, see what I'm saying here, set public inbound ports as none and public IP address as none. Both should be none. Oh my God, what is this? See, if I'm saying public IP address as none, public IP address is something like a phone number for a virtual machine. If you want to talk to your VM, if you want your VM to talk to someone, then it's something like a phone number. Okay, if I want to talk to you, what I need a phone number, I need your mobile number, then only I can talk. I'm saying here that I won't have any phone number, but still people should talk to me. Something like this. This is the scenario that what I'm going to implement now. Yes, this can absolutely possible with the help of the firewall services. Okay, fine. So I'm just going here. I'm going to take a virtual machine name as firewall VM. I'll take here firewall VM. Okay, and I'm taking the region as East US, and I'm going for the operating system as Windows. Okay, I'm taking the configuration as 8 GB RAM 2 core. I'm passing the same admin username, and then I'll pass the password here. Okay, I'm passing this password, passing confirm password. Okay, take up this port openings. Okay, fine. And no, inbound port opening should be none. See, here I have written very clearly in the material. What I'm saying here, see, inbound ports has none. Everything should be blocked. This one, inbound ports has none. Everything should be blocked. And when it comes to networking, here you have to say public IP address has also none. Public IP address has none. Okay, this you have to for sure take care of. Else, firewall cannot control this virtual machine. Okay, if you miss even a single configuration here, then firewall cannot control this virtual machine. Okay, fine. So please keep that in mind. Ensure that region should be East US. See, it got changed. It should be East US too. It should be East US. Why I'm taking East US? Because my VNet is in East US. If you check here, see firewall VNet, and see in this VNet, in this subnet, I'm deploying my VM. Okay, this Azure firewall subnet, this subnet I'll use later on, but right now this subnet I'm taking here for my virtual machine deployment. Click on review plus create, and then go ahead, proceed for the virtual machine deployment. Okay. Click on create. Okay, let the VM deployment gets completed here. Okay, what it is asking next step for us, see, if you go to our material, next step it is asking us for the provisioning of the firewall services. Provisioning of the firewall services. So what I'll do, let this operation goes on. Okay, I'll just open a new window here. Okay, and I'll go for the firewall service deployment. Okay, so just search here for the firewalls. Okay, you got it. Click on create. Okay, resource group firewall. I'll take it as something like an Naresh firewall. Any name you can pass. You have to choose your region as East US only because your VNet is in East US region. Your VNet is in East US region, so you have to choose that region only. Availability zone I don't want. I'm going to deploy standard firewall. Okay, we are having multiple versions, basic, standard, and premium, etc. I'm going to deploy a standard firewall. Then how you are going to manage your firewall? Okay, two options you are having. I'm going with the firewall rules. I'll say here I'm going to manage my firewall with firewall rules. Select this one. Okay, virtual network. You want to create a new one or use an existing one? We are already having one virtual network. In that, we are having what two subnets, right? We have created one VNet that is called firewall VNet, right? And in this, we have created two subnets. Subnet one, okay, for virtual machine deployment, and we have created the another one that is Azure firewall, right? Subnet. This we have created. So we'll use the same virtual network here. Use existing virtual network. See, firewall VNet came here. Okay, and it is going to consider this subnet to deploy your firewall services. This subnet for virtual machines. This subnet is for firewall services. Okay, public IP address. It is asking us to create. I'll just say here firewall public IP. Firewall public IP. Okay, fine. It is done now. Next, pass on the tags here accordingly as per your project standards. Review plus create. Okay, and remember, guys, everything related to firewall. Okay, when you are deploying a firewall. Okay, when you are deploying a firewall or when you are adding rules inside the firewall, etc., it will take huge time. It will take a lot of time. Okay, and remember, firewall is very costly services, very costly. Okay, expensive services. Okay, so you always have to delete the RG immediately after you have done with your demo. Okay, is that clear? Paid subscription also will take time. So it's not related with subscription actually, Madhavi. It's based upon this service. This service is very costly. This service is very heavy. So it will take time to get deployed. Okay. So now see, I think it will take at least 10 minutes of time. Okay. The best possible case I'm telling. Sometimes it will take more than 10 minutes also. I have experience in one of my batch. Okay. If I tell in one of my batch, okay, it took 45 minutes to get deployed. Okay, I stopped the class and next day I have continued. Yes. Sometimes it will happen like this also. So it depends. It is a rare case that I have experienced in this 3-4 years, but I literally got shocked. Yes, it has taken 45 minutes to deploy it. So it won't take mostly, very rarely it will happen. Okay, so we'll see now. The virtual machine deployment is completed for us. See, the VM is ready. If you notice here, see, this is our VM, firewall VM. Okay. Firewall VM, how it is happening. Public IP should not be there for the firewall, right? For the virtual machine. How come the public IP got assigned to the virtual machine here? Public IP should not be there. Okay, I'll just go to IP configurations. I think I have changed the region. Because of that reason, the public IP got assigned to the virtual machine. See, public IP is there. See, public IP should not be there if you want, okay, the VM to be controlled by the firewall. So it's very simple. If it is there, okay, what you have to do, go to networking, go to network interface, NIC, network interface card, go to IP configuration, okay, go here and then say public IP as disassociate. What you have to say, public IP as disassociate. Disassociate means disconnecting the public IP from the virtual machine. Okay, fine. Let us get disconnected so that the VM should not be having a public IP address. Okay, see now the deployment for the firewall is still going on. It will go easily, no doubt. 2 minutes has been completed. See, it started on 7:54 and it is now 7:56. 2 minutes has been completed. Let us see how much time it will take. Okay. So it's going on. The disassociation of the VM. So multiple parallel operations we are doing, guys. Okay. Just with the different windows here. Okay. Now public IP is not there for our virtual machine. Okay. And apart from that, if you see the port openings to log into the VM, to connect to the VM, the RDP port should be open. That is also not there. Yes, these are the things that you have to do when you are planning that you want, okay, your VM should be controlled by the firewall. Now, if you come here, if you say RDP, you are trying to connect to the VM, what do you think? Are you able to connect to the VM now? No, it is next to impossible. You won't connect your VM because there is no public IP, okay, for your virtual machine. Also, there is no port openings done. Okay, you have not allowed the inbound traffic, inbound security rule, okay, as for RDP services. That's why your VM is not connecting. See, VM is not connecting. It's pretty obvious. Okay, so what is happening here? Now, if the public IP is not there for your virtual machine here, see public IP, if you go to networking, you see public IP is none. See, public IP is none. If public IP is not there for your virtual machine, okay, and RDP port is also not opening. Okay, if public IP is not available and RDP, okay, port opening is also, okay, not opened for an inbound connection, then the only way that we can connect to this VM is using a firewall services. Okay, and firewall is completed. Fantastic. Okay, it has taken, I think, 5 minutes of time. Okay, good, very nice. So yeah, almost 4+ minutes it has taken. Good. Now firewall is deployed. Go to the resource, see Naresh firewall. FW stands for firewall. I have given our institute name Naresh. Okay, then I'll control my firewall using the firewall rules that I have told already. So I'll just go here to the rules classic. I'll say here add NAT rule collection. Okay, and then I'll say here allowing RDP. Say here allowing RDP means remote desktop connection. Priority, guys, any number you can give as priority. See, 100 to 65,000. Any number you can give it as 3,000. 330, you can give it as 3005, you can give it as 4008, you can give it as 191, any number you can give. Okay, and then say the same here, name, sorry. Okay, say here name as allowing RDP, protocol is TCP, source is an IP address, source an asterisk, and destination address. Destination address, what you have to give. See, in the material, I have mentioned everything here. See, source as asterisk. Okay, destination address. Okay, will give firewall public IP. What we are giving? Destination address as a firewall public IP. So come to another window here. Okay, don't disturb this window. Come to another window, open another window, go to your firewalls. Okay, go inside the firewall. Okay, and then see here, you will be seeing the public IP here. See, firewall public IP. So click on this one. Then here you will get the firewall public IP address. Okay, this is the firewall public IP address. Come and paste it here. Next, what is the port number for RDP? That is 3389. Next, translated address. See, here I have mentioned destination port number 3389. Translated address, what? Private IP of the VM. Translated address is what? Private IP of the VM. Come here again in another window. Come to your virtual machine. Okay, go inside your VM here, click on it and check the private IP of your VM. Come to networking here. What is the private IP of your VM? 10004. So come here and say 10004. The next, same. The port number to connect to the virtual machine is 3389. Okay, this is done. See guys, if you have done something wrong here by any chance, then this add button won't be enabled for you. If this add button is not coming, simply understand that you have given some wrong information here. Okay, and then say here add. Now what I'm doing here, I'm adding a firewall rule. What I'm doing here, I'm adding a firewall rule here. Okay. It will take some time, guys. Multiple VMs, yes, you can add it under the firewall. Absolutely, you can. I'm just showing with one VM because I don't want to waste the time doing the same thing again and again, because there's plenty of syllabus, guys, still that we have to complete it. Okay. So yes, same procedure it will be, just the VMs will get increased for you. You have to deploy 2-3 VMs, depends upon your choice. Everything, guys, as I have told now, every activity related to firewall will take some time. Okay, it's not just happen on a click of a button. Okay, see now the firewall rule is getting updated. Okay, previously I have shown we are not able to connect to the VM, right? Correct now? We are not able to connect to the VM, but now as the firewall rule has been implemented, now what I'll do, I'll say here Windows R MSTSC. Okay, this is the RDP. Okay, command that we use to open the utility, RDP utility. Now, what you have to do, you have to take the firewall public IP to connect to the VM. Okay, so come here to your firewall. Okay, and where is your firewall public IP? Come to overview, click on firewall public IP, and then select here firewall public IP, copy this one, come here and paste it. Okay, say connect. Yeah, see, now it is allowing us. How it is allowing us? Why it is allowing us? See what this one 20 124 H24 what 244. What is this one? This is our firewall public IP. See, this is the firewall public IP. See, firewall public IP 20 124 H244. 20 124 H244 colon 3389. This is the port number to for the RDP. Now firewall virtual machine user admin name. What it is? I have given the same FWVM. Okay. So say here FWVM. Okay, firewall virtual machine and password. What I have given? I have given this password. At the time of deployment of the virtual machine, I have given this password. Come here and now pass this password. Say okay. Now you should be able to connect to the virtual machine. Let us see whether yeah, see it is allowing. It is now allowing us to connect to the VM. How? Through firewall public IP. Through firewall public IP. Okay, this is the way that how we are connecting to our virtual machine, though the public IP is not available for the VM through firewall public IP. Through firewall public IP. Okay, fine. Yeah, Prakash, you have to pass that in a subnet. Okay, you have to deploy multiple VMs in one subnet. Okay, as you can deploy multiple VMs in one subnet, and you have to pass that subnet address range. Then what all the VMs that are deployed under that subnet, then all that VMs can get connected using the firewall public IP. Okay, see now the VM got connected to the firewall public IP. Now, this is the one, okay, one part. And the second thing that I'm going to show is that now, if you see here inside this VM, okay, this is our virtual machine, right? See, this is our virtual machine. Okay, if I say here Internet Explorer inside this VM, okay, and if I try to open anything here, let us take I'll try to open here Google. Okay, google.com. Okay, Google is opening for me. Okay, I'll take something like architect.com. Let us see hashtag is opening or not. Okay, hashtag is also opening. See, this is the hashtag website. IE is very old. Okay, see, hashtag is also opening. See, hashtag website is also opening. Google website is also opening. Okay, if I take any other thing, let us take bbc.com. Any website you take, Babu, okay, it will get open. See, bbc.com is also opening. Good, very nice. This is fine. Now, I want to even control these websites also. I want to even control these websites also. How can that be possible? Yes, you can even control these websites, which website should open, which website should not open inside your virtual machine through firewall only. Through firewall only. And for that, what we'll do? Okay, for that, here, okay, inside your virtual machine, okay, see, I have written the steps here. After adding rules in firewall, we'll log into the VM using firewall public IP. Okay, then we'll check whether we are able to log into the VM. Yeah, yes, we are able to log into the VM. Then go to the server manager, click on local server. This is our server manager. The server manager will get open automatically. If it is not opening, then simply go here, search for server manager. You will get it. Okay, Just say here server manager, you will get it here. Click on it, then this server manager will get open. Okay, fine. Then what I'll say here, local server, IE enhanced security configuration, make it as off. Okay, this is done. Next step, what you have to do, see, click on IE enhanced security configuration and turn it as off. Okay, add route table to route all the traffic via firewall. Okay, adding route table. This route table is what? This is custom routing. Okay, or you can say it as user defined routing also. Okay, user defined routing. We are having a system defined routing, user defined routing. User defined routing means what? I'll get a route table and I'll define the route. Okay, routing direction of my network traffic as per my requirement. So that's why we are saying it as user defined or custom defined. Okay, after route table has been created, okay, let us go ahead and create a route table. Okay, so I'll go to home. I'll say here route tables, and then I'll say here click on create. Okay, I'll go for Naresh RG resource group. I'll take it as in East US region. Why East US? Because everything of mine is in East US region only. Network, subnet, VM, firewall, everything. And I'll say here Naresh route. Okay, table. Naresh route table. Something I'm giving, guys. Okay, next pass on the tags accordingly. Review plus create and then create the route table. Okay. Okay, good. Route table is been deployed here. Naresh route table. Okay, then what you have to do, click on routes. Okay, click on add here, and then I'll say here route 1. Okay, something name I'm giving it as R1. Destination address prefix, you have to take it as IP addresses. Destination IP addresses or CIDR range. All the things I have given here, guys, in the material. Route name, I have given this name. Address prefix, I'm saying it as IP addresses. Destination IP addresses, I'm saying it as 000 \0. What does it means? It means that blocking every single thing in my virtual machine. Every single website I'm blocking by passing everything as 0 here. Okay, fine. So I'll just say here, block every single thing. Next hop type, I'm taking it as virtual appliances. Okay, this one. Next hop address, I'm taking it as private IP address of the firewall. What? Private IP address of the firewall, and finally click on OK. So come to here to your firewall. Okay, and go to overviews. Okay, go to overview and then say here private IP address of the firewall. Okay, copy this one, come here and paste it, and then click on add. Guys, if this ad is not coming, simply understand you have done something wrong configuration. Okay, adding a route. See R1, I have blocked every single thing. Then you have to associate, you have to connect. Very important step, don't forget this step. Okay, once the route table configuration is done, okay, once the route table configuration is done, then you have to associate that route table to the subnet, to the VNet and subnet in which our VM is deployed. Why VM? Why VM? Who can tell me why VM? Okay, because we are controlling the websites inside the VM, na? That's why that's why we are associating this route table configuration to the VNet and subnet in which our VM is deployed. I see, very meaningful, very purposeful. Every step, every configuration that we are doing is having some purpose, is having some logic in it. Okay, see, this is very important. This knowledge is very important. Okay, when you are attending an interviews, don't do the labs just mechanically. Okay, faculty has done. Okay, I have also done. Lab is finished, done. Job finished. No. Understand. Then only you can take up the questions in the interviews. I've seen many students will do the labs, okay, mechanically, just mechanically, without understanding. No. Be careful here, okay? Because you guys are freshers, okay? Freshers won't be having this much of maturity. Slowly, as you invest, as you uh, put your time in the industry, okay, in IT industry, in your job, when you are working with certain people who are your seniors, juniors, managers and all, then you will get that maturity slowly. Okay, I understand. I was also like this only when I was, a fresher. Okay, most of the things I won't understand, but I'll somehow mug up or somehow, just do it mechanically, and interviews I could not able to handle it. So please understand. Please understand. Okay, fine. You will get the maturity. Slowly you will get the maturity. No worries. Then come here to subnets, associate. See, what is our VNet on which our VM is deployed? Firewall VNet. That is correct. If you want, you can check it here. See, if I come to home, if I come to virtual machine, I'll go inside this virtual machine. In this virtual machine only, we are trying to control our websites. Okay, right? So this virtual machine, come networking, and then see here, our virtual machine is deployed under which VNet? See, it is deployed under firewall VNet. See, virtual network deployed under firewall VNet. Subnet 1. I'll say here firewall VNet and subnet 1. Don't take this subnet. If you take this subnet, then it will be a gone case. You will get confused why the websites are not getting controlled. So our VM is deployed on this subnet. So take this subnet and then say okay. Okay, saving the route table for subnets here. Okay, it is done perfectly. All right. Come to your VM. Okay, come to the same Internet Explorer. Okay, and now close all these things because things has to get updated at the backend. Okay, freshly open the browser again. Okay, and now, okay, take a refresh, say google.com. It is asking me to use Microsoft Edge instead of Internet Explorer. Because from Microsoft, the latest browser that we are having is that Microsoft Edge. Amazing. See, Google is opening inside your virtual machine. No. Okay, Aaj we have opened na, aajtak.com. It is opening. No. Okay, BBC. Let us take bbc.com. No. Nothing is opening. Okay, nothing is opening. Everything is blocked. Why? Because we have controlled that here in the user defined routing. Okay, and we have associated to the subnet on which our VM is hosted. Okay, subnet and VNet. Amazing. So what I'll do now, I'll go here to home. I'll show you for one website. Okay, if you want to go for multiple websites, then you have to pass that subnet range. All that websites you will host on that subnet. Okay, and if you say for this website, for this subnet, what all the website is being hosted, all websites should get open. Okay, and rest of the other things should not get open. Okay, something like say here, Naresh Firewall. I'm not having multiple websites here, guys, but the approach is same, carbon copy. Okay, then go to the rules. Last time we have taken here NAT rule collection. Okay, to log into the VM. This time we'll say here application rule collection. NAT rule collection for VM login to connect to the VM. This time applications we are controlling, we are ensuring that applications which should open, which should not open kind of. I'll say here application rule collection and then say here add application rule collection. Okay, and then I'll say here for an example, allow Google, allowing google.com. Okay, say your action, you're allowing. Anyhow, you have denied every single thing, but sometimes one particular thing or set of websites that you want to deny, then you can say your deny. I want to say it allowed. I have said allowed. Priority, any number you are asking here, it is asking 100 to 65,000. You can give any number here. I'll give it as 201. And in target FQDN, I'll say here allowing. Okay. Websites here. Okay. Allowing websites. Pass on here. Here also pass on the same thing. Okay, IP addresses, yes. Source, just pass it as asterisk. Websites get open how? HTTP, comma, HTTPS. And then say here star.google.com. Okay, then star dot, okay, bbc.com. Then star dot archtuck.com. Okay. Here I have to pass comma or semicolon, I'm not sure. Okay. So I think I have given here semicolon, bbc.com and archtuck.com. Okay, fine. And then click on add. No, see, I have told something if you have done wrong, automatically this add button won't come. So I believe I have to give here something like this for multiple websites to get open. No, the add button is still not enabled for me. Okay. So there is something, guys, here. I think we have to mention colon, I believe. Something we have to mention like this for multiple websites. Okay. No. The name must begin with a letter or a number. Okay. I think this is also one of the issues. Okay, it is got this error got resolved now. Here, I think I have to pass comma only, I believe. See, it came now. See, it came now. It came. See, I am also a human being. I am also forgetting things little. See, start.google.com. Okay, then start.bbc.com. Then start.archtuck.com. Something I am mentioning, some website, guys. Okay, fine. And then say here add. Now Again, a firewall rule getting updated. Every single thing related to firewall will take some time, guys. Okay, to get updated. Okay, we'll just have some time for it. Still, the rule is getting updated here. Done. Now, the firewall rule has been implemented successfully. Super. Okay. Come to home. Just take a refresh here so that things should get updated at the backend. Okay. It should get updated at the backend. Complex things we are doing it here. Okay. See, inside my virtual machine. Now, after a certain time, automatically Google got opened. Okay. See, this is my browser. Okay. Just close all this stuff. Okay, let me open my okay. Let me open my browser here freshly. Okay. Now I'll say here google.com. Yeah. See, amazing, amazing. See, now it is again opening me Google, right? In the same way, if you want to open bbc.com here, okay, it is opening BBC for you. It is little slow because things are coming in a filtered traffic. Filtered traffic is coming on. So it will take some time, but yes, see, it is opening. And what I have said, aajtak na, aajtak.com. Give the correct website name, guys. Don't give a wrong website name and don't expect that it should get open for you. Okay, still aajtak is not opening here. Okay, it might take some time, I believe, because things are getting updated at the backend. Okay, but see, Google got open because Google is first in place, right? Then after that, we have set BBC, then Aajtak. So it might take some 5 to 10 minutes, guys. But see, for Google, I'm giving you a clear proof that previously it was blocked. Now again, it got open. So likewise, multiple websites that what you want to open, you can open it. And apart from this, any other websites, if you're trying to open, it will not open for you. Let us take youtube.com. youtube.com will be denied. Permanently, it will be denied. It won't open for sure. Fine, guys. This is the demo for the firewall. Okay. All these steps, what all I have given now for website openings that I have mentioned here. See, bbc.com or google.com in target FQDNs that will mention. Fine. This is the end of the firewall demo, guys. I'll stop the class here. And in tomorrow's class, we'll start with recovery services vault. What is this one? What is this recovery services vault and all these things? We'll discuss this in tomorrow's class. All good? Any questions, guys? Anyone? Any questions, anyone? All good, guys? Haja, great. Okay, thank you. What about others, guys? Am I audible? Can I get the responses from some other people? No? Okay. Okay. All right, guys, then. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll connect again tomorrow.